Welcome to Homelessness Chronicles. Today we have on the show Heather Palacios. Did I get that right?
No, try again. Go ahead.
Palacios?
No.
Help me out here, Heather.
No, I don't even know how to say my last name.
Come on.
I'm a gringo. I've been married to a Cuban for 25 years and I butcher it every time. I think it's Palacios, but I could be wrong.
Well, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me. You're one of my favorites.
Oh, I love you too, and I love what you do. Can you please share on your organization, Wondherful, and how it came to be and what you're doing today with that?
Sure. So my organization is Wondherful. We provide free life boxes to anybody, anywhere, going through anything, because I believe that one more suicide is one too many. And it started because for the last 42 years, I have been struggling with suicide. I've attempted suicide. I've made plans to take my life by suicide, but I'm still here. And so, because I have navigated the waters of suicide in every stage of a person's life, I know that it can be done. I know that whether you're a child or a teen or a college student or a spouse or a parent or in a pandemic or in addiction or in grief, you can get to the other side without having to give up. And I just want to help other people do the same.
So I want to just talk about your shirt for a minute. If you could just move your hair for the audience to see, what does it say yet?
Not dead yet.
That's right. And look at all you're doing for the community and, mental health. It's across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So many people suffering. So we know it's a silent killer.
Mm-hmm.
I myself tried to take my life many times. I tried to hang myself. I slit my wrist. I couldn't deal with all the negative thoughts and everything that had happened to me and the mental health and the PTSD. And I'm really glad that I'm still here today too, but it's because of organizations like yours who really give people a place or a listening ear. I know you're always reaching out saying, call me. You talk to many parents, a lot of people that have said you've saved their life because of the life box. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. I mean, the life box.
What's in the life box?
Right. So
Let's talk about
the
that.
life box is basically made up of two components: essentials and extras. The essentials are the things that I have needed since I was 8 years old to still be here. And so those are non-negotiables. The team knows at our warehouse that we can't negotiate on those. And that would be a Bible and a journal and a pen and a wristband that says never give up. That's going to go in every single life box. What people do with that, that's their prerogative. The extras are all the things that are curated specifically to that person's age, gender, and affliction. Whether it be a veteran or somebody that is experiencing homelessness or addiction or anxiety or depression or PTSD, whatever it is, we curate all the extras to that affliction and we package it all up very, very gingerly and tenderly into a box as if it's the first gift this person has ever received. And we priority ship it because, as you know, when you're at the precipice of living or dying, time is of the essence.
Absolutely.
So they're always priority shipped and they're always shipped for free.
I love that. Let me ask you something. I know you spoke about veterans, and Sharing Love deals with a lot of unhoused veterans. And of course, that's a different topic that I'm going to talk about. But how many veterans do you think reach out to you or that you've sent the life boxes to?
I mean, we've had, that I know off the top of my head, at least 3 military bases in the last couple of years reach out, wanting them for all of their officers. And then locally, I've had, I don't even know. I know that the rate of death by suicide for veterans in America is unacceptable.
It absolutely is.
I cannot wrap my head around the fact that our American citizens sign up to protect our lives and we don't protect theirs when they come back home. It is egregious to me.
Me too.
But that's not my battle. My battle is, how can I help them live? Because I don't want them to die.
Absolutely, and and save their
Right.
lives. How many life boxes to date have you sent out?
Mhm.
How much does a life box cost you?
Mhm.
And maybe one of our listeners would like to support wonderful life-saving life boxes.
Yeah, we are a nonprofit, and so we never charge anybody. So, we don't turn anybody down for a life box, which means if we don't have the money for it, I'm paying for it because I want everybody to live. A life box costs $25 plus shipping and handling. And in the 3 years we've been doing life boxes, we've done 16,200 life boxes to all 50 states and 14 countries.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to support you,
Mhm.
where would they go? How would they do that?
They can go to wonderful.com, and on there is a donation button. They can click on it and they can get a tax deductible opportunity to donate, which would be a blessing.
Absolutely. It's very, very important what you're doing. Um, so you've come out several times with Showering
Mhm.
Love and you've handed out life boxes.
Yes, we
And
do.
I also remember that you saw a story on one of our social media platforms about a young man and within like the next day,
Yeah.
I had a life box
Yep.
for him and I was
Yep.
able to give that to him.
Mhm.
I just wanted to see like what was your experience when you come out? What is it that you see the guests as the befores and the afters, and as you have interacted with them, giving out your life boxes? So
Yeah.
how important is Showering Love, and how important it is for our collaboration?
Well, I mean, I love showering love, and I love you,
No.
and it's twofold. First of all, because I do understand that the risk of suicide is high when you're experiencing homelessness. Um, and the wound is fresh because my little brother Chris was homeless in Fort Lauderdale. The struggle was real for him. Just a ongoing battle with suicide addiction and homelessness. And I was the only one left that believed in him. I just never thought I'd see the day where he wouldn't make it. I really believed in him. I really thought we were going to get to the other side of it, and that just didn't happen. It slipped through my hands last year when he was found deceased in a Publix in Fort Lauderdale. And the grief has been horrible. Can you imagine? Losing someone you love to the cause that you're fighting for. So when we go downtown to Fort Lauderdale and collaborate with Showering Love, um, I'm doing it for all the Chris's that are still here. And I'm doing it. We're giving them all life boxes because um, I believe in them in place of not being able to believe in Chris anymore. I want our brothers and sisters that are standing in line to get showers at Showering Love. I want them to make it. I want them to make it to the finish line that God has for them, and not a day sooner. And so between getting cleaned and dignified with your ministry or your organization and getting the tools in my life box to mentally keep going, we're setting them up for that win.
Absolutely. I want to just say I'm so sorry about your brother's loss. Um, I know what it is to lose a brother. Um, Mental health and it's no different than losing someone from cancer. You know.
Yeah.
So I understand that now you will keep Chris's memory alive. For every life box you give out,
Yeah.
you may just be saving their life. So I want to thank you for that. How important do you feel collaborations are between organizations, companies, nonprofits, to help people experiencing homelessness to become self-sufficient again?
I think, people like you and me um, ha- have been kicked around a lot, um, not taken seriously. Um, we're not in line for the most prestigious, for the most influential, for the most glamorous. And people like you and me don't expect to be. We're in an odd group, Jeannie. We're in a group of misfit toys. And the collaboration is cool because even though we're on that island of misfit toys, in collaborating with you, I'm not on that island alone. You know, in collaborating with Showering Love, Wondherful and Showering Love get to be on that island together, collaborating and helping these other misfit toys make it. And that's so encouraging for me. That gives me fuel.
Absolutely. I love that you said misfits, but really the word is broken.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know that you and I both have been broken. Our journeys have not been an easy one.
Right.
But yet we made it.
Right.
And we're here now to
Not
give
dead
back.
yet.
Yeah. And we're here to give back.
Right.
Because we've been in their shoes.
Right.
Right. We know what it's like to want to take our lives. We know what it's like to want to commit suicide. We know what it's like to feel hopeless.
Right.
To feel alone.
Right.
To feel rejected.
Yeah.
And to feel abandoned.
Yeah.
So, it's important that Showering Love collaborates with Wondherful and many other organizations because we're all a different piece to a bigger puzzle.
Oh,
and
yeah,
everyone's just as important, and everything that everyone is doing, it takes us all a village to come together to help someone become self-sufficient. And Showering Love has been, we're excited and really we hope there's more, but we've had many, many, many success stories.
Sure.
And the one thing is that we were just there in their time of need.
Right.
Because remember, it's an experience. Not everyone is suffers chronic homelessness. There are some, and there are many different levels of homelessness, but there have been many that, for whatever reason, whether it was a loss of job or an illness or whatever that was, just they went through it. And because they had organizations like us helping them, I've seen them go on, they've went back to college, they've gotten married, they've got babies, they keep in contact, say, I got my driver's license, I got my housing.
Right.
And to know that we, just a little part of their journey is everything to me.
Well, yeah.
It's just everything to me.
I think, I have framed it. Maybe I'm weird, maybe I am crazy. I don't know. But like, I frame it differently. I look at them, these people that are experiencing homelessness, my brother, the people like that you and me see and help and tend to. And I don't see who they are on the outside.
Mm-mm.
I see who they are on the inside. And when God created them in their mother's womb, as it says in Psalm 139, they were not intrinsically given any less value than you, than me, than the Queen in England, than the President of the United States, than the most richest person in the world. Every single human being that has ever had breath that was created in the womb of a woman was given the same amount of value on the inside.
Absolutely.
And so whatever's going on the outside, I don't register that. I just know that on the inside, we all have the same amount of value and shouldn't be treated any differently because of that.
And you're absolutely right. And that's a component that Showering Love focuses on a lot, is educating the community on the facts. I experienced homelessness for 10 years and people did judge me from the outside. Who I am today is who I always was.
Right.
But I had went through a lot of heartache, a lot of traumas, and they couldn't see the pain that was inside me.
Or the value.
They couldn't. All they saw was this girl who was dirty, who was holding a sign, begging for change, considered useless, an addict, alcoholic, lazy, told to get a job. But they didn't know the pain that was inside me. And so you really touched on a great subject, because a lot of people do focus on the outside, but there are a lot of people, and Sharing Love is so honored that we have such a big community of supporters that do understand the fact that it is not about their inside, but it's about their insides,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and that they are just as human. They bleed just like I do, and if you could sit down and talk with them, you'll find there was a derailment.
Yeah.
There was a tragedy.
Right.
Right. And right now, yep, you know, they are where they are. But I know from my own experience that I know what's possible for them.
Sure.
I know what's
Right.
possible for
Right.
them. You know, 80% of our employees were former guests,
I
right?
love it.
And now they work with us.
Love it.
They've gotten their housing.
And they
They've
get it.
got their families back. And who better
Right.
to work with the population we work with than people like myself
Right.
and that have
Right.
experienced homelessness. So when someone comes on the bus for the first time and they're looking down and they're full of shame and guilt,
Yes.
the first thing we say to them is, you pick that
Right.
head up. My name is Jeannie, or my name is Gina, or my name is Dina. And we share a little piece of our story. We were
Right.
homeless.
Right.
And like, we know where you are, but we know what's possible.
Right.
You go in there and you enjoy your shower. Here's your new clothes. Here's your hygiene kit.
Right.
You've already gotten your meal, and you can get a haircut when you get done. You can always call our office, and we'll be happy to do an intake and connect you to the local resources.
Right.
So we're not just, it doesn't stop just at the showers with Showering Love.
Right.
And so I just want to thank you today.
Yeah.
There's so many more questions I want to ask you. And
We'll do a part 2.
Yeah, we'll hope you'll come back on this show today.
My pleasure. And I'm proud of you.
And we want to thank the community for listening in. And we'll see you next week on Homelessness Chronicles.